This question is testing your understanding of a common configuration where you're looking at double slit diffraction. And we've got a single slit first, but really my understanding of this is the single slit is just to provide the light source for the double slit. So really the fringes and the interference pattern is due to primarily, almost exclusively due to the double slit. So increasing the separation of the single slit and then the double slit, so the separation of the two, that won't really have much difference in terms of the fringe spacing. It will have some impact on the magnitude of the brightness that you get, but it won't really have much of an impact on the interference pattern that you're seeing from the double slit. Increasing the width of the single slit, again, you'll get more light through, but it won't make much difference once it hits the double slit. You'll still get the double slit interference pattern. Maybe a little bit less sharp or harder to see where the maximum and minima, but it's not going to make any difference to the actual fringe spacing. Decreasing the distance between the double slits and the screen, so having the double slits closer to the screen. If you look at the formula, the fringe spacing formula that you're giving in the data booklet, if you decrease the distance between the slits and the screen, this is this large D. So if you make the screen closer to the double slits, then all that happens is if you've got this pattern of bright light spreading out, if you imagine there's my screen, and I move this screen closer, which is what it's suggesting, then actually rather than having a pattern like this where there is my W value or W value from the center, then if I move this here, then all that happens is that value decreases just because of the geometry of the situation. So it's similar triangles and you're just bringing it closer, you get a smaller triangle. So that would not really work. So that will give you the opposite effect. Decreasing the separation of the double slits, so having the double slits closer together, that's this S value. So if I have the slits closer together, then the diffraction pattern, the diffraction will be greater, the angle of diffraction will be greater. So you'll get a greater effect. So that will increase the fringe space.